Good morning, guys. More energy, more presence. I'm dropping body fat, all things that I want to achieve, and so do my clients, right? So do lots of people. Three good things to look at. Processes and outcomes are a good reflection on that, because those three things are outcomes. Okay, so those three things are things that we want, but like anything else, it's a good conversation to look at the processes behind that, underneath that build towards that place. Because when we focus on the data, the numbers, what success looks like, which is massively important, you start with the end in mind. But when we do that, we've got that judgment, and that can send us off track, because often things are a little bit bumpy. It's not quite linear. We're not robots, right? So it's not like start here and go there and that's it. At the end of a coaching process, I'll reflect with a client and it will look like that. But maybe it's a little bit like this. Maybe it's not. Or maybe it is like that, but it doesn't feel like that. Either way, I guess you can say it's a little bit like this, my morning walk, because that's a journey. In the main, it's pretty flat, but there's a few hills, there's a few bumps, there's a bridle path, there's a pavement, there's a crossroads. Go to the shop, see my friend Josie. There's bumps in the road. So what can we do? How can we manage and improve this? Because yes, we have an overall goal, we have an outcome to achieve, we have results to get. But how do we manage where we focus so that that doesn't become a distraction, so that that doesn't lead to us judging negatively the action steps which we may or may not be taking? And what specifically, what's the takeaway from this? And it's like, right, so what can we look at instead of the outcome? Well, the process, the implementation, the progressive small changes that are manageable, that don't add stress to our life, that add value to our life, that make things fun, enjoyable, that challenge us in a good way without putting pressure on us, which don't create this demand that, if you're like me, if you're a guy and you are a business owner and you have things that you want to do, you have a demanding life anyway. So maybe it's not always useful to have that pressure on you to achieve your goals. Perhaps it is if you want a challenge, but the key thing is that we have to want to do this stuff, and it has to feel good, and it's got to be something that we can link towards our higher values. It's got to be something that's constructive. Otherwise, we may as well just keep doing what we're doing, which is sometimes not good. So, processes. What can we focus on? Small steps. Massive. Small steps. You can take one big thing, one small thing, one medium thing. You can kind of do a bit of a Carol Vorderman, like countdown. You can say, right, well, the big thing is I'm going to cut the booze, right, midweek. The little thing is I'm going to take a little bit of a walk each morning, or I'm going to go to bed at 10. And the medium thing is I'm going to get 3 workouts this week. So there's one big thing, there's one medium thing, one small thing. That's just I've just plucked that out of the air. I'm not suggesting you do that. But what I am suggesting that you do is you focus on the process instead of, I want to lose 2 pounds this week. Instead of, same as business as well. Like income goals are great, but like what are you doing to achieve that income goal? What does that look like? And how do you show up each and every day? That's more transformational towards your long-term success. And it's not that you can't say I want to lose 2 pounds this week, but it's not where I start with my clients. It's not where I start with what I do. It's not what I believe is great. And I know that perhaps you could say in this day and age that the numbers are overwhelmingly important. Everything's materialistic and analytical and numbers based, but I'm not going to say don't do that, but if you're starting out, if you're looking at taking steps, if you want to make this easier, if you want to get a better long-term result, look at the processes, look at the small steps, look at the things that are easy wins, and start to gather some momentum by collecting these small changes, these wins, generating some success, getting some order. But yeah, focus on the process. Same as me, as an example, same as me making these videos Monday to Friday at the end of my walk. Well, not quite the end, but coming towards the back end of my walk, I'll give you some thoughts. There's no outcome in mind other than to add value, to have a conversation, to reflect. It's just part of what I do. Hope it helps. I'll speak to you tomorrow.